Dumb.
Stupid. Crazy.
Dangerous.
Stinks.
These kids are right. Hi, I'm Emmy Award-winning sportscaster Luke Stuckmeyer. Don't be a dope. Don't trade Nico Hoerner. Just say no. The Giants want Nico Hoerner. The Yankees want Nico Hoerner. Don't trade Nico Hoerner. Guys, what are we even talking about here? You just went all in with Bregman.
Yeah.
Why would the Cubs even consider a Nico Hoerner trade?
I think the Cubs consider it because they're a business. And my opinion is you have to at least answer the phone and hear what people are offering because you have Matt Shaw and because you believe in Matt Shaw. I've said all along, I believe I would be thrilled if the Cubs extended Nico Hoerner, but if you can't extend him, you can't let him walk for nothing either. So I think this is good business. Will they actually pull the trigger and trade him? I don't know. I'm not sure. I would love to have him and Shaw and just be like a stacked Cubs team going into 26, but you got to pick up the phone and you got to at least listen to what other teams are offering.
You can't help but feel like the Cubs are in a tight spot of trying to figure out what his value actually is.
Yeah.
So you're wondering, one, are they canvassing the trade market to try and get a little sense of that value on the open market of what would it take to actually extend Nico Hoerner? Because let's be honest here, his value is never as high as it is right in this very moment.
Fair.
He just led the team in WAR. He was a fantastic player for you again this season with a Gold Glove.
Yep.
Almost hit 300. A guy that only 6 other players in MLB baseball even hit 300 this
Almost
season.
won the batting title.
Almost won the batting title.
Handsome.
Incredibly handsome.
Really handsome.
And also, he's a homegrown player,
Yeah.
right? He's a guy that rise through the ranks of the system, graduated, and once he came up to the major leagues, Luke, he stayed there. So I think the Cubs would like to keep him around. They don't maybe know what his price is if they had to extend him, so maybe they're seeing how high of a value. Could they get overwhelmed? Could they get blown away? For me personally, I think this would take a whole lot for them to even push that button of I'm going to trade Nico Hoerner, and I hope they don't push that button.
Overwhelmed in that they might get more value than what actually Nico is. But is that still enough to actually trade for him? Because you're getting prospects back.
Right.
That's what you're really going to be getting. And so for me, the answer is no. Like, you're not talking about putting Aaron Judge out there and somebody's going to be like, we'll give you our top 4 prospects.
Right.
That's not what you're going to get for Nico Hoerner. And if and when he goes to free agency, now he may ask to be a shortstop, and that might get him more money in free agency. But Nico's the kind of guy that also loves it here and might give you a discount.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how many guys give you a hometown discount, but a born and raised Cub might do that. I just don't think you can send that message to this team right now. Like, why even acquire Bregman if you're doing it and just going to save a few pennies by getting rid of Nico because you won't be able to form? Aren't we past that now? Isn't that what Bregman signaled that we're past that point?
Luke, I don't think it's about saving pennies. I don't think it's a money thing. I really don't. I think it's you cannot afford to let Nico walk for nothing. I think, again, I'm all for an extension. I wish you signed him long term. I really do. But if you don't and if you can't, you can't let him go for nothing. For Rizzo, we got Alcantara. For Baez, we got PCA. I mean, like you don't want Schwarber to walk away and get nothing for him. You know, it's one of those things where it's just good business to listen. I'm not advocating to trade him.
I agree,
but you gotta listen.
Joey, I just disagree with the fact that I love the gotta listen part.
Yeah.
Can I let him walk away for nothing? Yes, he's Nico Hoerner. He's not Schwarber.
Yeah.
He's not MVP Chris Bryant. You're not rebuilding everything and starting all over. You can let guys go and get nothing for them, especially if you're drafting well. That's what you got to hang your hat on. So for me, I agree with wholeheartedly 50% of what you're saying there.
Yeah.
Which,
that's good. I'll take it.
No. Good business to listen. Also good business to try and maybe drive the price up with the St. Louis Cardinals and the San Francisco Giants if they're looking for a second baseman. Yeah. That's not the worst thing in the world. But again, with the Nico Hoerner situation, we're not having this conversation with Seiya Suzuki, a guy who hit 30 home runs and has 100 RBIs in a season who's also entering a walk here. So he's also at his highest value too as well. Right. I understand that you could be overwhelmed by a prospect haul, and they could be guys that could help you in 4 or 5 years. But this team right now is primed to win in this moment today in 2026. That's why you make the trade for Edward Cabrera. That's why you sign Alex Bregman. I feel like it's two schools of thought to go out there, outbid the Boston Red Sox for Alex Bregman, and then trade away Nico Hoerner in the same season when you think you could be really, really dangerous in the National League.
If I were the Cubs and I answered the phone, which they should, I would say to the other team, okay, how many of your top 10 prospects am I actually getting for him?
Right.
First of all. And when they say none, then the answer is, okay, well, here's what would you give us for Matt Shaw then?
Mm-hmm.
And I listen to that answer too, but I likely say no to both because I want to win this year.
I agree. But Joey, to counter your Seiya Suzuki comparison, we need Suzuki because we need the outfielder. Right now, we have an abundance of riches in the infield with Bregman, Dansby, Nico and Matt, and Michael Busch. So it's like one of those things where, trading Nico Hoerner and getting top value, never been higher, top value for Nico Hoerner right now, and sliding Matt Shaw into second base where he's played before. The drop off, I don't know, is that great. You need Seiya, and you could, but I don't know. Again, I think I kind of thought after yesterday they weren't going to trade him, and then Jeff Passan tweets this, and he's not just putting rumors out there for nothing. So it feels like where there's smoke, there's fire. We'll see how it plays out, but I do credit the Cubs to at least listen to all offers and then make the best decision.
Do not trade
Nico Hoerner.
That's where I'm at with that.
Extend him.
And look, and I'm with you on the extension too. I just don't know if it's going to happen before opening day. And maybe my final part about all this is I understand that Cubs fans are saying to themselves, if we don't trade Nico now, and if we can't extend him, we might get nothing for him. You know what you'll get for him? You'll get a 5-WAR player, a possible fringe all-star, and a Gold Glove player on the 2026 Cubs. And if they win and it's huge and they go deep in the playoffs, maybe that solves everything. They will have financial flexibility heading into 2027. We don't even know what the baseball landscape looks like around then. He's a great player. He's a solid player. So many Cubs fans love him. He's a great steward of the franchise. Don't do it. Don't trade Nico Hoerner.
Why? You're still trying to catch the Brewers. Why would you trade one of your best players just because he's in the last year of his deal?
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Hey,
don't do it.
Don't do it.